Hello, hello, beloveds, and happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome to August 20th. Welcome to August 20th. So here we are, just, midway. It's been a year of all years, and we're learning so much about ourselves. One of the biggest things that I know that I've been learning about myself, hey, beloved, thanks so much for tuning in, is intuition, really starting to trust and listen to my intuition in such a deep and meaningful way. Also, what it is that I truly am asking of myself and the universe. So there's no more time now really for messing around, right? We've got to get clear, we've got to get, confident and committed. And so, what else? I've really gone kind of into a cocoon. I'm a Cancer, so I go in. And so the writing process has been a really kind of a going in, and it's really, a profoundly healing experience at the same time of, of releasing a lot and coming up with, stories and the whole thing. And so this has truly taught, this time has truly been teaching us the most about ourselves, how to live with less, how to, give ourselves more, how to trust ourselves, how to, have a deeper, meaningful relationship with our body as well as our, outside experience. And so we're learning a lot about ourselves and about the world, and the world is teaching us as well. And, one of the biggest things, there's two things I want to share with you. One was this conversation I had with my husband this morning about how we create our beliefs, and then the other one is about our intuition. And so, you know, we don't recognize that it is truly a lot of time that we're being so guided. Like, I know there's no way I would have been in Mexico if I had been thinking of it. I had never thought of Mexico as a place to live. I had never even imagined it. I had been living in Europe for quite a few years, but the moment it came up for me, I was like, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. And I have embraced that. And so that's why now Mexico is my home. But the thing is, it wasn't me that guided me here. Something else guided me here. And then then I met and married my husband, and now my daughter is here. And so, we've got to start paying attention. And that's why I love tarot as a tool, because what it does is start to give you the signs and symbols that we learn in our most primitive and basic language, is how tarot teaches us that it is through our intuition that there is this portal to a deeper sense of who we are. Because the more we trust ourselves, the more we can hear ourselves. The more we hear ourselves, the more we're willing to say, I don't know, but you do, guide me. It's just like today's lesson in A Course in Miracles is, be my guide today, something like that. Just be my guide. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know you do. And so you be my guide. And many of us spiritually are not there, because it is a difficult place to wrap our minds around, because we're so caught up in our minds. And so that's why spiritual practice and getting to know ourselves at a deeper level moves us out of logical thinking into intuitive intelligence. And so that's what we'll be going into deeper in my upcoming 4-class master series with the Anyone Can Tarot course. And so it's the two things together. So starting on Tuesday, I'll be doing master classes. So if you purchase the Anyone Can Tarot course right now, you'll get these 4 live sessions with me for the next 4 Tuesdays. So for the next 4 Tuesdays, because see, tarot is a teaching tool. It is not a teaching tool for you to practice and give to others. It is a teaching tool for you to learn about yourself. And so that's why I love tarot so much. The thing is, we forget that we are the conduit for the cards, right? And so this is where the second part of what I wanted to share. So my husband had told me this morning, we have these great spiritual conversations in the morning. And so he told me he had this dream that he had eaten cat food, or he had tasted cat food in his dream. And so when he woke up this morning, he couldn't get the taste out of his mouth. And I was like, wow, that's so powerful, and it got me really thinking about how much we make something so true that we believed it. Now, this was in his dream. So it wasn't even that he actually tasted it, it was nowhere near him, and yet he was able to taste it in his mouth. And so this is how we make what we want to be true, and this is how we know our perspective. It's the same as us recognizing that if we can do that with a taste, right? Imagine what we do with a thought, because our mind is always wanting to control, always wanting to, you know, our mind is always wanting to think, but our intuition is always wanting to listen, always wanting to do. Our logical mind is trying to prove how smart we are. It's always trying to prove how much knowledge we know. Our intuition sometimes doesn't make sense. That's why it's so hard for us to trust it. And so by us, we really broke it down, this morning with our spiritual conversation about how much we make true that isn't true. Eventually he had to get some gum in his mouth to take the taste out of his mouth. And the thing was, it wasn't even true. And so if we think about how much we make true that isn't even true, that's how we just really start to learn how we can heal ourselves. And that's what this time has been for. It's been to teach us how to manage money ourselves better, and to have a more community-based, barter and trade, coming together for meals, being more community oriented. All these different things that we've had to face is really about, kind of, if you think about it, what our ancestors used to do. Didn't our ancestors used to live in a community, and you had to all go through something together, and everybody talked about it and supported each other in a circle? And so that's why it is so important for us. And this is why I believe that we've been so confronted with our fears, so we can get over them. We can't face our fears if we keep hiding from them, right? Because there are always those skeletons in the closet. Reverend Michael Beckwith, I see you, Kimra. Reverend Michael Beckwith says there's immunity in community. And so that's why there's been also this resurgence of ancestral studies, because we know that we come from something. So for so many years we had been forgetting, because we had been forging ahead trying to make this way, but the universe said no, you have to go back to the way things were. So we're so technologically advanced on this outside experience, and yet we know nothing about ourselves. We know nothing about ourselves, and so that is why we have to learn now about ourselves. We know more, kids know more about computers and all these things than they know about themselves, and so we've got to come back into learning ourselves. That must have been something powerful that popped off right there. So hold on. So yeah, we've got to really put in the work right now to make sure that we are creating for ourselves something that is healthy and sustainable, that is not just about us in this outside experience. We've got to get in. And so that's why in the Anyone Can Tarot course, I teach you to really get into